Hello all, let's get started. Today we are going to discuss about JavaScript promises. It is the most important topic that is getting asked by interviewers if you are going for any interview, not to specific to mid-level interview. Okay, so why promises are used? So promises are used because we need to make server calls, and if we make the server calls, we actually have three states. First, when you make the call to the server, then it will go into the pending state. Okay, and then once that request gets fulfilled from server, then we have the second state fulfilled. And if the call is getting rejected by server, then we get the rejected as a response. So basically, these are three states when we are making any server calls. So we actually need to wait for this to happen, and to wait for these three values we need to use promises. So let's get started how we can use it. First of all, we are going to use one fake API, so that we call it as JSON placeholder. It is a free and fake REST API that you can use in your project just for study purpose. So here you can see you can directly make a fetch request. You will get a response, then response.json, then again JSON console.log JSON. Okay, so if you run this script over here, you can see you are getting data as a JSON. Now, what we are going to use, we are not going to use this one, to this one. We are going to use users. So it will basically fetch you. It is a basically get request, and it will fetch you 10 users. You can see there are 10 users that you fetched, and this we are going to use in our understanding of promises. So let me go to my project file. Let me close this. So I'm having one HTML file and one index.js file. So that I called here inside body tag, I have got this my index.js file which is currently empty. Now, uh, okay, now what I'm going to do? First, I will, if I want to use this, if I want to make a server call, I need to use the fetch. Okay, and fetch cannot directly use. For that, I need to have one library that is called Axios, and we are going to use Axios CDN. This we, if you want to use fetch, then we need to use it like this. Okay, then I will copy this URL and I will go to my project, and here I will write. Okay, here I will write script, and inside script src will be whatever I just copied. So now I have called this Axios library over here. Now I will go to my index.js file, and what I will do, I will declare one variable const get user equals to fetch, and then what I am going to fetch. So I am going to fetch this data JSON placeholder, then users. I am going to copy this, and here I will going to fetch it. And if I now try to console it, we get user. So you can see I am just getting promise pending. So to deal with promises, now we need to use promise. Okay. So for that, what I will going to use, I will declare one variable const I promise equals to new promise, and here you need to give two parameters. One is resolve, second one is reject, and we use arrow functions. Okay. So now what you are going to do, whatever you write over here, you need to cut it and you need to paste it here, and this you are going to resolve. Basically what I did, so I used JavaScript inbuilt promise. Okay, You can see prompt constructor create a new promise, a callback is to initialize the promise, is passed two arguments, resolve callback, resolve the promise, and reject callback to reject the promise. So whatever I made this server request, if I am getting the data, okay, if I get the data, then only I will resolve. Else I am going to reject it. Any other state, if I'm not getting, I get any error, if I get any error, then I will reject this promise. So once you wrote this, then you need to go down and you need to write my promise. So the next syntax will be dot then, and inside dot then you are getting some data from this API request, and that data you are going to, let's say console, I will do console.log. Okay, so here I'm getting one error, get user is not defined. Okay, okay, yeah, this one I have removed it. I need to comment it. You can see inside my promise dot then I'm getting data, and I'm just doing console.log that data. So you are getting this response, but that's not what you are expected. You expect the data to become like this. Array of objects, it should come like this, but it is coming like this. So what we need to do over here, first of all, remove this console.log. Okay, and then you need to write data.json. So this is what you are expecting, JSON data from server. And once you get this data, okay, then again you need to use dot then. And here you will be using JSON data, what you're coming earlier. And then once you get that JSON data, you need to console.log it. Console.log JSON data. Now you can see you got the data. So these are array of objects. There are 10 users. So let me show, instead of showing in console, I will show on the our site. So for that I will create one UL structure. Okay, now UL element, unordered list element, and then document dot create element, pardon for that, element, and then UL. And what I am going to do, I am going to append it to our body, document dot body dot append child, and then UL element. Okay, so here inside elements you can clearly see this UL got appended over here. Okay, and then now I will, what I will do, instead of doing console.log JSON data, I will run a for each loop. So JSON data for each, and I are getting one element. So what I'm going to do, first of all I will create one const li element. Okay, li element equals to document dot create element, and then list element. Okay, now li element dot inner text will be element, whatever element I am getting, and I need to write what I am going to write over here. I am going to write, okay, that is gone, but the name, the response I am getting. So here you can see the name that I am going to assign it to inner text inside the CLI element. And once it is done, what I will do, I will call this UL element, then append what I am going to append, CLI element. So you can see you got the users list that you just made from the server. So this is all about the promises. It is a very simple if you know the basics. In next video we are going to achieve using async await. Thank you.